So many people have problems with their plumbing system. And my grandfather would tell my dad, and my dad taught me that if you are not healthy with your GI system, like if your sewer system doesn't work, then you aren't going to work very well. Matter of fact, there was kind of a joke in our family that when you told grandpa he was sick, you immediately got an enema. So we'd be like, are you feeling okay? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. Cause I don't want an enema. But I think there's actually some really good wisdom in that of if you aren't healthy, if your sewer system is healthy, you are not healthy. And what I found out now, I've known this for years, but I just didn't put a percentage to it, that it's almost 15% of people have really severe chronic constipation problems. Everybody deals with it at times. I think that's just part of life. But chronic constipation is literally a huge problem. Where 60, 70 million people have horrible, bowels that aren't moving very well. And then there's another, 80% of the population. So we're another 200 million that are either going too fast, which we call, diarrhea, or it's going too slow, which is we call constipation. So your GI system is really, really significant for your overall health, particularly your moods and emotions. Like I see this happens so many times when people get their health dialed in and get it improved with their GI health. What happens is they make enormous strides in their overall health. So chronic constipation, let's just go through some facts on it really quick, and then we're going to talk about some foods. So 14% of the population, less than 3 stools per week, straining hard, lumpy stools, or feeling blocked. Incomplete evacuation results in slow food through the GI system. That's literally what constipation is. It's not going fast enough. You go too fast, it's diarrhea, and it's controlled by the liver gallbladder axis. Now, there's definitely some foods and some supplements and stuff that we're going to go over, but one of my favorite things to tell people at the very beginning is just a simple recipe of this. I found so many health conditions respond, particularly constipation, respond to no water. And particularly when patients are like, look, I don't want to drink water. I don't want to go to the bathroom at work. I don't want to go to the bathroom when I travel. And so what happens, there's not enough water to push the bowel through the distal part of the colon. And so that's one of my first recommendations. Look, just try this. It's super simple. It's easy. And the side effects is you're going to urinate more, but guess what? You're going to be urinating toxins, stuff like that. It's going to help your kidneys. Like water is so underrated as a healthcare thing. So that's number one. Then the next thing is digestive aids. What I mean by that, so fermented foods, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, healthy yogurt, which is not too bastardized or too commercialized, but other things, apple cider vinegar, I think is really beneficial for a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a half to a full glass of water. It's the acetic acid you put on top of the food that helps to break it down. This is a Vermont folklore treatment. I really like digestive enzymes, a proteolytic enzyme that has fats, proteins, and carbs to help break it down, and then fiber. And where is your best source of fiber? It's actually from your foods. So this is the first place that I would try. Now, there's a whole bunch of variables and complications with people that have food sensitivities, but overall, I see really good improvement drinking more water and drinking consistently. And then people start saying, well, how much should I drink? And I always say these 2 words, a lot. Now, you can come up with all these things. It should be 64 ounces. It should be half your body weight in ounces every day. So if I'm 196 pounds, then obviously it's going to be 4 pounds or 93 ounces every day. I really just think, if I can drink consistently, one of the hacks that I found in going through a book called Man Up by Bedros Keuilian, it's something I really, really enjoy, said, hey, I get up every morning and I drink, 24 ounces of water. I think it's a little over a liter and a half approximately. And it hydrates my system, it hydrates my vein. I do a lot better. And so I always try and drink 2 glasses of water right when I get up. And I believe that there's benefit for that, but consistently drink a glass of water every hour or so is a good place to start. 8 to 10 glasses, above 80 ounces, I think is a good place to start. I've seen some really good outcomes with GI problems for that. So a couple of different foods that help with constipation. I had 17. I think I cut it down. I got it just started getting a little bit short on time, but a couple of the really good foods for constipation. One of my very favorites, apples, has 4.8 grams of fat, or excuse me, fiber, which is 19% of the recommended daily intake. Also has something in called pectin, which is rapidly fermented by bacteria and helps to basically put short chain fatty acids into the GI system. I have a little typo there. 80% of people found pectin accelerates bowel movements in a study on gastrointestinal health. So people that are struggling with motility or been diagnosed with gastroparesis, which is a paralyzed stomach, I really like to recommend apples. And the best source for highest fiber is the green Granny Smith apples. Now, I don't care which apple it is. I think they're really good, beneficial. The authors in the study said that they thought that Granny Smith had the highest fiber, which was going to hold water into the bowels, which makes it so the bowel movements are less hard. Another one is pears. Has a little bit more fiber than apples, has high sorbitol, so it's going to feed your healthy probiotics inside of your system. Excuse me. Also, it has fructose that pulls water into the colon, and that combination of sorbitol and fructose is a natural laxative. Now, apples have that same sorbitol fructose combination. The one here in front of you, age old, is prunes, 3 grams of fiber, which is about 60% less than apples, but lots of cellulose, which is that bulking agent. It's like a brush to put things out. Prunes and celery have a lot of healthy cellulose, has the sorbitol that brings water into the colon, and it stimulates gut bacteria. A couple the ones that are a little less known, and I'm putting in some additional science on this. Kiwi fruit. Healthy adults consume kiwi supplements for 28 days. Another study found that eating 2 kiwis daily for 2 weeks associated with more bowel movements. A 2010 study gave 54 people with IBS or irritable bowel syndrome 2 kiwis a day for 4 weeks. Participants reported increased frequencies and faster colonic transit time. And when I was younger, there was a lot of press and popularity associated with kiwis because they have literally the highest amount of vitamin C. They also have an enzyme called actinidium, which is responsible for kiwis' positive effect on gut motility and bowel habits. You can eat them raw, scoop out the green flesh and seeds. They make a great addition to salads. So kind of fun to talk about kiwi. The next thing is figs. Helps promote both, and here's the science behind it, promotes healthy bowel habits. 1 raw fig contains 1.5 grams of fiber. Dried figs contain even more fiber, 32% of your RDA. 40 people with constipation found that taking 10 ounces or 300 grams of fig paste per day after 16 weeks helped speed up colon transit, improve stool consistency, and helped with the fiber content and literally scrubbing out the GI system. Citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, mandarins, not only are they good snack, has a fair amount of fiber, not quite as much as apples, but also is really helpful with their pectin, but it's not in the fruit, it's in the peel. So that's where if you have recipes that are taking orange peels, I think they're really, really good to help with transit time and some other stuff for, there's a flavanol called naringenin, which contributes to the effect on constipation, has a mild laxative effect, and eat vitamin C, fruits, vegetables, oranges, mandarins, etc. So again, back to eating the fruit, not drinking the juice. One that I'm probably never going to have because I just do not like artichokes, but that's just my biases. That's with mushrooms. I like just about everything else. Mushrooms and artichokes are on my avoid list only because I don't like them, but boy, does it have some good benefits. Prebiotic effect, indigestible carbohydrates like inulin feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, which is those bacteria are going to make healthy vitamins and minerals. Another study found people that ate 10 grams of fiber extracted from artichokes every day. So we're going to come up with some artichoke supplement. Had greater numbers of beneficial bacteria, lactobacilli, and bifidobacteria, which decreases the harmful bacteria. So feeding those good guys is taking up landing spots for the bad guys, helps with stool frequency. Can it be eaten hot or cold? And you can put it into a pulpy part with a sauce or dip. And then something that I will totally support more than artichokes is sweet potatoes. Nice amount of fiber in them, insoluble fiber to help water into the GI system, aids in the bowel movement, helps people undergoing chemotherapy, which causes constipation. After just 4 days of eating 200 grams of sweet potatoes per day, participants experience symptoms of constipation, improved symptoms of constipation and discomfort at straining at the bowel. You can eat them steamed, boiled, or mashed, also used in recipes that are caused for regular potatoes. Now, last one in this group, oat bran, commonly used as quick oats, 1/3 of a cup, 4.8 grams. So it's a little bit more than apples, but a positive effect on bowel function, improved frequency and consistency of bowel movements. Another study with nursing home residents found that 7 to 8 grams of oat bran resulted in significant reduction of laxative to use, and you can use it for granola mixes and stuff like that. So internet hugs to everyone. To look about with see foods. You guys next week.